Thailand attacked first, Cambodia defends. The year was 2025 in the month of July. A sudden and very serious fight began on the border between Thailand and Cambodia. This was not a small argument. It quickly turned deadly. Soldiers from both countries fought. Sadly, many innocent civilians who lived near the border also lost their lives. Homes were damaged and families had to leave their villages to find safety from the violence. Because of this terrible situation, Thailand made a very important decision. It announced that its entire border with Cambodia would be completely closed. This meant no one could cross for any reason. All normal activities like trade and travel between the two nations stopped at once. The closure showed how serious the fighting was and how much danger people were in. This action caused worry in many other countries. A key part of this conflict was the use of special airplanes. For the first time in many years, powerful fighter jets were flown by one of the countries. These jets were used in the fighting, making the conflict much more dangerous than before. Their sudden appearance in the sky showed that the situation had become very severe, changing from small clashes to a wider military operation. This book will tell the story of how a problem that had been quiet for a long time suddenly exploded into a dangerous new war for many decades. Thailand and Cambodia had disagreements about their shared land. These problems were often talked about, but rarely led to big fights. People hoped the issues would stay peaceful. However, in July 2025, the quiet became loud. This is the account of how those long-standing quiet problems turned into a deadly and active conflict between two neighbors too. Why the fighting started the fighting on the border began for a few important reasons. One main reason was a big problem inside Thailand's own government. The country's leader, Prime Minister Pete and Thaksin Shinawatra, was in deep trouble. In June 2025, a secret phone call she made became public. This call was with a powerful Cambodian leader, Hun Sen. In the call, Prime Minister Pete Thaksin called him uncle, which many people saw as too friendly and disrespectful to Thailand's status. She also said some things that worried many Thais. She spoke badly about some Thai army commanders and appeared to promise to help Hun Sen with things he wanted. When this phone call was shared, many people in Thailand became angry. They felt their prime minister was not putting Thailand first. They thought she was too close to a foreign leader and not respecting her own country's army. There were many protests in the streets across Thailand. People said the prime minister was not defending Thailand's land or its honor, leading to strong accusation from opposition groups who called for her removal. This widespread public anger added to the pressure on the government. This situation made the Thai government very weak. A big part of her government, a group called the Bumjai Thai Party, stopped supporting her. They said she was being too soft with Cambodia and betraying national interests. Because of this loss of support, Prime Minister Pete Thaksin was suspended from her job on July 1st. This political mess meant that no one left in the Thai government wanted to appear weak towards Cambodia. Everyone wanted to show they were strong and would protect Thailand's borders at any cost. Then something happened that caused the fighting to start right away. On July 23rd, 2025, a landmine exploded near a temple in a disputed border area. This happened in a place where both countries had agreed it was safe to walk. 5 Thai soldiers were hurt badly by the explosion. Thailand quickly said that Cambodia had put new mines there. They said the mines were made in Russia and were not old ones left from past wars. But Cambodia strongly disagreed. They insisted the mines were very old, left over from conflicts many years ago, possibly from the Khmer Rouge era. This sharp disagreement about the landmine was the final push that started the big fight. It came at a time when Thailand's government was already very shaky and under pressure. People were ready to fight to show strength, and the landmine explosion gave them a clear reason to act. This single event turned a long-standing quiet problem into a dangerous War III, a long history of problems. The problems between Thailand and Cambodia are not new. They have a very long history, going back hundreds of years. For centuries, these two nations have been rivals. This rivalry began with big changes in Southeast Asia many hundreds of years ago. First, there was the powerful Khmer Empire. From the 9th century to the 15th century, this empire was very strong. It controlled a large area, including parts of what is now Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, and southern Vietnam. The Khmer rulers built many famous and beautiful temples like those at Angkor. These magnificent structures show how rich and powerful the Khmer Empire was during its time. They are still a great source of pride for Cambodia today. But then the Khmer Empire started to become weak. This happened in the 13th and 14th centuries. At the same time, new Thai kingdoms started to grow stronger. These included kingdoms like Sukhothai and later Ayutthaya. The balance of power in the region began to shift. As the Khmer Empire lost its strength, the Thai kingdoms grew in influence and size. A very important event happened in the year 1431. The Thai forces attacked and took over Angkor Thom, which was a main city of the Khmer Empire. This made the Cambodian king move his capital further south after this. The Thai kingdoms continued to grow in power and territory. For about 400 years, Thai influence expanded to the west and south. Slowly they absorbed and took control of more lands that had once been under Khmer control. For instance, by the late 18th century, areas like Sisophon and Battambang, which are now in northwestern Cambodia, were under Thai control for some time. The region around the famous Pre Vihir temple also saw its ownership change many times during this period as Thai power expanded and Cambodian power became smaller because of this long history of changing power, moving borders and shifting control over lands. Deep disagreements were created between the two peoples. The lines on maps today are not just lines. They represent centuries of history, competition, and conflict. The lands that changed hands many times created lasting questions about who truly owned them based on historical claims. Both countries remember this long past differently. Each nation believes its own historical narrative supports its claims to land as being right. For Thailand, it was a natural expansion of its kingdoms. For Cambodia, it was a loss of their ancestral lands, this long and complicated past of old kingdoms. Changing power and moving borders is a main reason why problems still exist between Thailand and Cambodia today. This deep historical root makes it very difficult to solve present-day disagreements peacefully for a map causes trouble. In the late 1800s, France started taking control of Cambodia. This was a big change for the region. French officials began to draw new maps to define the borders between their protectorate Cambodia and neighboring Siam, which is now Thailand. One of these important maps was made in 1907. This new map drew a line that put the famous Privahir Temple on the Cambodian side of the border. This temple was very old and important to both countries. Before this map, the border near the temple was supposed to follow the natural watershed line of the Dangrek Mountains. If it had followed this line, much of the temple would have been in Thailand, but the 1907 map did not follow this natural line exactly at that time. Thailand did not officially say no to this new map. Thai officials were part of the border drawing process, but did not make a clear protest against the map. They did not conduct their own survey or formally object. This lack of clear objection at the time became very important many years later. In 1962, a major decision was made about the temple. The International Court of Justice, looked at the border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. The court used the 1907 French map as a main piece of evidence. The court decided that because Thailand had not officially objected to the map for many decades, they had accepted it. Based on this, the court ruled that Privahir Temple belonged to Cambodia. This ruling was a big moment for both nations. For Cambodia, it confirmed their ownership of the ancient temple. For Thailand, it was a decision that many people did not agree with. Even today, this ruling from 1962 makes many Thais unhappy. They believe the temple should be part of Thailand, based on history and culture. The map, drawn long ago, and the court's decision continued to cause problems and strong feelings between the two countries. 5 fighting in the past. This was not the first time Thailand and Cambodia fought over land and temples. Before the recent conflict, there were big fights from 2008 to 2011. These fights were also about the Privahir Temple, a famous ancient building. The earlier fighting shows how old problems can quickly become new violence. In 2008, Cambodia wanted the Privahir Temple to be a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This means it would be special and protected by the world. But in Thailand, some political groups did not like this. They said it was against Thailand rights. This made the situation very tense. Politicians used strong words about protecting their country. This made people feel very nationalistic and ready for a fight. When UNESCO agreed to Cambodia's request, soldiers from both countries moved close to the temple. They started to fight. There were gun battles and artillery fire. About 20 people died, including soldiers and civilians. Many more people had to leave their homes near the border. This conflict showed how easily a historical problem could become a real war when politicians use it for their own reasons. The fighting also showed that regional groups like ASEAN, which tries to keep peace in Southeast Asia, found it hard to help. Thailand did not want ASEAN to step in and try to stop the fighting. They wanted to talk only with Cambodia, but these talks did not work well. Cambodia later went to the International Court of Justice. In 2013, the court said the temple belonged to Cambodia. Thailand accepted the decision, but was not happy about it. 6. The cost of the closed border. The fighting between Thailand and Cambodia brought many problems that went beyond just soldiers. The closure of the border caused big economic costs for both countries. This affected many people's lives directly. Thailand and Cambodia usually trade a lot of goods every year together. They trade about $5.4 billion worth of products. With the border now completely closed, many businesses on both sides suffer greatly. Companies cannot send or receive the goods they need. This means that prices for many everyday items can go up, making life harder for ordinary people in both nations. Important supply chains are broken, and products cannot move freely as before. This disruption hurts many industries, from farming to the production of manufactured goods. Thousands of Cambodian workers are also facing severe problems. It is estimated that about 1.2 million Cambodian people work in Thailand. They have jobs in sectors like construction, agriculture, and domestic service. These workers often send money back to their families in Cambodia, which is called remittances. This money is a crucial source of income for their households and for Cambodia's national economy. With the border closed, these workers are uncertain about their jobs, their legal status, and if they can return home safely. Many are effectively stuck between two countries in conflict. Tourism is another area that is badly hit by the border closure. Many people from around the world travel to see the ancient temples in the border areas and beyond. These temples, like those connected to the Angkor historical sites, are very old and beautiful. They are not just national symbols, but also part of a shared history and heritage for the region. However, with the ongoing fighting and the border closed, far fewer tourists can visit these important cultural sites. This results in less money for local people who work in the tourism sector, such as hotel staff, tour guides, and small shop owners. The conflict puts a significant risk on this vital industry, affecting millions of livelihoods. Business leaders in both countries are very worried about these economic impacts. Important organizations like the Thailand-Cambodia Business Council have strongly asked for peace and a quick return to talks. They understand that continued fighting hurts the economies of both nations and all the people who depend on cross-border trade. The cost of a closed border is high for everyone involved, not just those in uniform on the front lines. It affects daily life, jobs, and the future prosperity of countless families. 7. What other countries think. The fight between Thailand and Cambodia was important for many countries. One important group watching was ASEAN. ASEAN stands for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Both Thailand and Cambodia are members of ASEAN. ASEAN's main goal is to keep peace and work together in Southeast Asia. However, this conflict was a big test for ASEAN. ASEAN has a rule of not getting involved in the internal problems of its members. Also, to make decisions, all member countries must agree. This makes it hard for ASEAN to help when two of its members are fighting in the past. ASEAN found it difficult to stop fighting over the Prevar Temple from 2008 to 2011. This new fight showed ASEAN's weaknesses again. Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was the leader of ASEAN at this time. He asked both Thailand and Cambodia to stop fighting. He told them to find a peaceful way to solve their problems. But ASEAN does not have strong ways to make countries follow its requests. If ASEAN cannot help, people might think it is not important for peace in the region. The conflict also involved bigger countries outside of Southeast Asia. The United States is a strong friend of Thailand. They have close military ties. For example, Thailand uses F-16 fighter jets, which are from the United States. This means the United States has an interest in what happens to Thailand. On the other side, China has become a close friend to Cambodia. China has invested a lot of money in Cambodia. They have helped build roads and other big projects. Cambodia relies on China for many things. This means China also cares about Cambodia's situation. Because the United States supports Thailand and China supports Cambodia, the situation became more difficult. It was not just a fight between two small countries. It also showed a bigger competition between the United States and China for influence in Asia. If the fight got bigger, it could make the whole region unstable. However, both the United States and China did not want the conflict to grow. They both wanted peace and stability in Southeast Asia. This region is important for trade and for their own power, so they were watching closely, hoping for fighting to stop. Their presence added another layer of importance to the conflict. 8. Finding a way to peace. The crisis between Thailand and Cambodia has brought much sadness. It comes from old politics, strong national feelings, and long-standing disagreements. To find peace, the first step is for both sides to agree to stop the fighting. This means no more shooting or artillery fire, which has hurt many people, including civilians. After the shooting stops, both countries must begin to talk. These talks are key to finding a lasting solution for the border problem. Neutral help, like mediators from the regional group ASEAN or the United Nations, could be very important. These helpers can set up a space for fair talks. They can discuss how to make border lines clear. This process might include experts looking at old maps and land features to find a good path forward. It is also vital to help the people living near the border, ensuring their safety and access to food and other needs. The two nations share a rich history and many ancient temples. These temples are a part of both countries' heritage. They should be a reason for common pride, not for conflict. Imagine if these temples could be managed together, bringing people from both sides closer. Economic reasons also point to peace. Both countries trade a lot, and many Cambodian workers are in Thailand. A closed border hurts businesses and families. This clear cost shows that fighting is not helpful for anyone. Leaders must work to calm the strong national feelings that make solving problems harder. People on both sides are connected through work, business, and family. These ties show that working together is possible. By choosing cooperation, Thailand and Cambodia can build a stronger future. This means more trade, more tourism, and better lives for all citizens. It is about learning from past problems to create a future where both nations can grow side by side. What do you believe is the most important step for Thailand and Cambodia to find lasting peace? Hey there, just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.